Hey guys, welcome back to the Gamer Guys channel. Today's video is going to look at how to complete the Fire Temple, including where to find all 5 gongs in order to open the door, and then after that we're going to move on to how to beat the Marbled Gohma, who's the boss fight of this temple. So let's just get straight into it. Okay, the first gong we're going to go for is on floor 1F, so where you start. So after opening that, or trying to open that door rather, you want to head back towards the main entrance, and then to the right where you'll find a construct enemy. Just take him out. You can pick up his weapon as well if it doesn't drop into the lava like what just happened to me. Then you're going to want to jump over these platforms going across the lava. Then you're going to want to make your own stone platforms, a bit like how you would make cobblestone or obsidian in Minecraft. You're going to want to turn on this fire hydrant and then use it to create platforms, and you're going to want to do what I'm doing here and make kind of a chain of these platforms by picking up the fire hydrant, taking it across until you can cross the lava safely to the other side. You're going to want to go over this minecart here, so hop onto the minecart, and then as you're going, quickly use Yonobo to hit this target in front, and this will change the cart's trajectory to head to this area instead of round the other way. If you do go around the other way, it's not the end of the world, because you can just go around again and hit the thing. So you want to come here. You can fight this like if you want. If not, you can just run past it. But where you want to go is towards that rock blocking your way there. So as you can see here, you can't actually right now use Yonobo to smash it because the angle is a bit wrong. So you're going to want to grab one of these fire hydrants again and make some platforms. So you can make a series of small ones, or sometimes the big ones are made actually, and they're pretty useful here because you can make a little bridge. I've made a little ramped one, but you don't actually really need to. And then you're going to want to shoot Yonobo up it to smash the rocks. And this is the first gong, and all you want to do is smash it using Yonobo's ability like you've done in all other temples. To unlock the kind of locks, you need to use your champion's abilities, and that opens one of the first padlocks. Before we go into the next one, you can loot this room. It's got some pretty good things. You can use these later. Alright, so this temple seems pretty daunting at first with all of the rail carts and everything, but it's actually pretty consecutive in the way that you kind of make your way up the different floors to reach the different gongs. So the next one is on floor 2F, so you want to make your way back from where you came and take this minecart here. So just place a minecart on the rail and quickly shoot any rocks that are in your way using Yonobo. There's also an enemy to the right that you can shoot off using his charge attack. And then you're going to want to head into here and turn your cart around using this mechanism to the left. So you're currently kind of facing away from where you want to be going. So now that your minecart is the right way, you can head back through again and onto the rail, and this time you can hit this target to take you to the right. I'm going to make a quick detour using this rail we're currently on to get some loot. And on this little isolated platform you'll find some enemies and a chest. I do recommend kind of making these stops to get the loot and fighting the different construct enemies just so you can keep your weapon stash stocked. And there's a 10 arrows as well. So you can see that it's important to use the rails, but they're also pretty easy to kind of get confused. So we're heading back to this main area again, and this time we're going to take the rail to the left, hit this down so that the rail comes down, and place a minecart on it. And you come up into another room. Again, you're going to have to use some of the trusty fire hydrants here, and first smash these rocks using Yonobo. So yeah, you can see there's there's a fire hydrant up above making these platforms. We recommend kind of making a long a platform of the rocks to the side by just like attaching them, because if you try and jump over them, likely chances are that you'll you might fall into the lava. Okay, and then once you're across, just take out any enemies. The enemies here are reasonably strong, but again, you'll get some good weapons most of the time, so that's not necessarily a bad thing. And here's the second gong. Alright, so the third gong is a little bit higher. We're actually going to be heading all the way to floor 5F, but it's not too much of a journey, and I'm obviously going to show you how to get there now. So as you can see on this map, we're going to be taking a lot of different rails, but first off we're going to be heading back towards where we came, over your little makeshift bridge, and take the rail upwards by first shooting this thing at the back, and it's going to turn the rail into a slope. Make sure to turn your cart around, and then you can head up to, I think it's floor 3F, yeah. So this kind of hub now is where you'll be kind of making your way back to between the next few different gongs. So first deal with this enemy. And you're going to want these rockets in a second, although you can use the ones that are lying around as well. So make your way over to this broken rail here, and you are going to want to actually use this broken rail. So first grab yourself a cart and plop it onto the rail, and you're going to need to use some rockets to give yourself enough of a boost to get past the gap in the rails. So just place them on either side like I'm doing here. And then once that's ready, hop on. It does feel a little precarious, but it's fine, you'll make it. And you'll hop onto this new area here, so you deal with any enemies that are lurking around. And we're nearly there now. So what you're going to want to do is head towards here, connect these two bridge pieces back together. Now there are a few different ways to get up to this to 5F. Some people will climb, some people will make some sort of makeshift balloon thing, but this is definitely the easiest way. So smash those rocks like I just did here by aiming your Nobo up the bridge, and then this cube will come down and you can hop onto it, press recall, and then make your way to 5F where you'll find the new gong. But yeah, as I said, you don't have to do it like this. You can either climb up the walls, you can make a kind of hot air balloon structure, whatever you like. But once that's finished, you'll want to proceed to Gong 4. So you're going to want to make yourself, you're going to want to make your way back down to this kind of central hub area on 3F, and go towards the north rail here. Quickly grab yourself a cart as well. And before you get on the rail, you're going to want to adjust the rail so that it is sloped like this. So these two things, you can hit them until the slope is facing north and upwards. And this is how you're going to get to floor F. And you're going to want to smash those rocks first hand to let some water in. And then you're going to head round this slope and down the rail until you hop off onto this area here. And then once at this main kind of lava lake bit, you're going to want to use these different rock platforms that are being formed by the water to make a ramp up to the gong that's at the center of this lava lake. You're going to want a few of them, so I'm going to skip a little bit of time here and just show you that. Just keep on making it. You keep on checking if it's long enough yet, and once it is, just lean it against the front of the gong. And send Yunobo right up of it. And that was the penultimate gong. Super easy actually, but can be a bit confusing to know how to get here. Alright, 5th gong, the final one. Also, really easy to get to. So what you're going to do is you're going to smash this rock here, but to do that you're going to either want to use the platform bridge that you just built to get to the 4th gong, or you can do what I'm doing here and make a little bit of a ramp. And then just send Yonobo up it and he'll smash these rocks here. And if you've made a little ramp like me, you can paraglide over and kind of ascend up from the ridge here. And then you're just going to drop down this hole here. Straight back down to floor 1F. And you're now behind kind of a locked gate, and this is where the final gong is. There is some loot in here obviously as well. And that's the final gong, and that hitting that will also open the door behind you as well, and you can make your way over to the main entrance and activate the Zonite emblem to the side to open the door. And inside here is where you'll have to beat the Fire Temple Boss Marbled Gohma. And first, you'll want to smash the rocks at the top by sending Yonobo up one of the sloped bits up the walls. So Marbled Gohma definitely looks scarier than he actually is. It's actually quite a straightforward fight. So when he shoots down these kind of marbled rock bits, you are going to have to avoid them as they are explosive. So you'll see that when they start to glow, they're about to explode, so you just want to back off a little bit. And your aim in this first phase of the fight is to use Yonobo to shoot down his legs here. When you shoot down 2 of his legs, he'll be briefly stunned, and you can smack the eye by kind of jumping onto him and hitting his eye as much as you can in a short amount of time. You'll also want to use your strongest weapon as well, because you only have quite a brief period of time. If you've fought any Talus around the kind of Elder region, you'll kind of know that this is the deal with, you know, climbing onto their back and hitting their weak spot. It's very similar with the Marbled Gohma here. And you're going to want to repeat this process until he's reached about half health. So again, just aiming Yonobo at his legs. It can sometimes be annoying and it kind of move them around at the last minute, but yes, it's quite straightforward. And you'll get a little message signaling that it's ready to kind of hit from Yonobo. So if you don't quite see it happening at first, you kind of say like, now's your chance, you can jump in. And yeah, once it's hit second phase, which is about 50% health, it'll start doing a few different things, but it's mostly the same. So it'll jump up onto the ceiling, and here it'll shoot down rocks in kind of a circle encasing you. And it's super important that you use Yonobo to smash some of the rocks, otherwise you'll get exploded by all the rocks all at once and probably die. So get out of that rock circle as quick as possible. And your aim is to use these slopes up the side of the wall to hit Gohma. And it can be quite tricky to kind of aim at first, but he will kind of go towards the sides a little bit. And when you hit him successfully, he'll drop down and you can run over and give his eye a smack again. And he'll start to kind of vibrate and wobble a little bit, and it'll be your kind of cue to jump off as well quickly before you take too much damage. And you're going to want to repeat this step again, as he is going to just jump back up onto the ceiling. And you see I sent him right up and got him immediately, which was quite lucky of me. And yeah, you should be able to, if you've done enough damage with a pretty strong sword, you should be able to get him in 2 hits. And yeah, that's all that is to it actually. Marbled Gohma is definitely one of the easier temple fights. Queen Gibdo is probably the hardest in the Lightning Temple. And I hope this has been useful in how to complete the Fire Temple and how to beat the boss super quickly. Let me know what you guys want to see next, if you want more armor videos, or if you want me to continue with our temple series. And yeah, see you next time guys. Bye!